Hey guys, welcome back. I can't believe another 6 months has gone by. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that every 6 months I talk about my Amazon purchases that I made a year previous now. So it is time to talk about everything that I bought on Amazon January through June of 2023 and if I still use them and like them now. So as usual, I'm just going to go through everything in a list here on my computer. You'll see the picture up on screen in this area, and I'll just talk about everything. If they're still available, I'll put a link to it down below. I know there are a few things that aren't available anymore, but I think I found similar products, so if you're still interested, I'll put links to those. But let's just jump in and get started. The first item that I bought in January of 2023 is this ultra thin portable power charger, like power bank for your phone. And I actually got it because my boss sent me a very similar one, but it only works for iPhones and I'm an Android user. So I found this one that has a USB-C port, plug for Android, because the cord is built into it. So it's just like a little tiny thin charger with a little tiny built-in plug that plugs into your phone. I used to always carry like a big chunky phone charger around, and I stopped doing that and I just keep this little thin thing. It's plenty of power, to re-up your phone throughout the day. And actually this year I saved the day because now iPhones also have USB-C ports, and I was with someone who had a new iPhone that used USB-C, and everyone has the old type of cords still and the old type of chargers, and they were like, oh no, who's going to be able to help her charge her phone? And I said, haha, I have a charger that will work. So I love this little charger, definitely worth it, and I carry it with me every day. This is the Dexy indoor mat, durable front door mats for entryway. Then it lists a bunch of stuff to use mats for. So I actually have one of these. I probably talked about it a couple videos ago, that I ended up putting in my laundry room in front of the washer and dryer, and we needed one for our back door. So I got this one because they had them in the right widths, and I already knew it's a nice mat. I just got it in a brown color to match the room, and yeah, I recommend it. You can vacuum it, it's rubber backed, and they're pretty nice. Okay, if you are still a mask wearer like I am, these are mask extenders. So they're just little like silicone things with like 3 little buttons on each end of this strip. And so if your mask loops behind your ears are hurting the backs of your ears, you can use this strap. It goes across the back of your head and you loop the ear loops onto those, because there's 3 little buttons. It's sort of adjustable in size, and I don't use them all the time, but I do find if I'm really somewhere for like a full day where I'm really wearing a mask like all day long, I will sometimes pull it out and use that just to take the pressure off my ears by the end of the day. But I usually just have it stuck in my purse in the same pocket where I keep my masks. The Derma E Rose Hip and Almond Anti-Aging Shea Hand and Cuticle Cream. I forget where I'd gotten this the first time, but I had a tube like a couple years ago, and I really liked it. So wherever that place was, like I couldn't get it there anymore, and I ended up finding it on Amazon. I went ahead and ordered it. They no longer have the size that I got. I just got a little 2-ounce like small tube, but there is an 8-ounce version that I'll put a link to. But it's really nice hand cream. I'm kind of picky about hand creams, and this one is really good. Okay, this is the Denman brush. This particular one is the D3 7-row classic styling brush. It says for defining curls. I have used this hairbrush pretty much my entire life. Before I was doing anything about curly or wavy hair, before there was the internet and influencers and people showing different ways to use it, this is just the hairbrush style that I have always used. So every so often, every several years, when mine gets worn out, I just get another one. So I know now it's like a little bit of a viral thing or a little bit of a specific thing. I've used other ones. I've used like Goody and different brands in the past, but anyway, I got this one because it's literally just the brush that I use. That's my everyday hairbrush. The crystal glass nail file, I've definitely talked about this before because I got one a while ago, and then I liked it so much I got another one that was a set of 2, but it turned out they were like a little bit thicker of a material. So then I got this one, which is the same as the first one that I got, except it's kind of a pinky purpley color. So what I really love about these is they are totally reusable. You like rinse off the nail dust sometimes, but they're, you know, they don't really like wear down, and it comes in a little plastic case, so it's not gonna like scratch and rub on things. So now I can have one upstairs and one downstairs, and then I do have a little mini one that I keep in my purse. So definitely really like these little glass nail files. Okay, I think the name of this one is so funny, but the brand name is Nubwo USB computer headset. So I know that they're all just like fake made up brands. I don't think Nubwo is a real brand, but it's basically just a wired USB headset for, you know, meetings on the computer, because when we started going to the open office concept at my work and I have to carry all my stuff around with me, that means I need to bring my own headset for taking calls on the computer. And I didn't want to do like a wireless, like a Bluetooth one, which I have at home, but you know, you have to recharge them from time to time, and I didn't want to be in a situation where like I wasn't going to be able to plug it in somewhere and wasn't going to be able to recharge it. So I just got this corded one. Pros and cons, I mean, obviously I like that I don't have to worry about charging it. You just plug it in whenever, it's always going to work. I also really like that it has little controls on the cord. There's a little mute button right there on the cord, so if you forget to do it like on the computer in your meeting, you can just hit the little button there, which is nice. Cons, it's got the cord, and especially, you know, I'm doing this to have something portable that I'm carrying around in my bag all day. That means the cord's getting all tangled up every time. As neatly as I try to wind it up, and I have a little Velcro thing and I really keep it very neatly wound, somehow I'd say 40% of the time when I unwind it, it just still turns into like this big tangle. I don't know what else to do. So for that reason, I'd consider getting a wireless one, but again, then you have to worry about making sure it's always charged and charging it and having a place to do that. So I don't know, I'm gonna stick with it for now because it's fine and I really do like it. Okay, this is a little nylon crossbody bag. I got this so that I could just have a little small bag to carry around, just like my phone and my wallet or a credit card, or, you know, some little things to take around the office with me, like when we went to lunch or different places and I didn't have to take my whole bag. However, number one, now I'm just always on the move, I feel like, so I don't really need a separate thing to carry. And number two, this just ended up being such a pain to have this little separate thing that I had to load and unload and all this. So I never really used this one, and I don't really love it. I have some other small bags and little like crossbodies and pouches and things that I think I like more. The main thing I dislike about this, and the reason why it's not really office environment friendly, is the zippers like jingle and smack and make a lot of noises, like bouncing against, like the zipper pull bouncing against the metal of the zipper. I don't know, it was like a very noisy little bag to carry around, so didn't love it. That said, like the size is great, the pockets are great, so if it is like a size or something that you're looking for, I guess that's a good one. This Magic Gel migraine cap I had on my wish list for a while, and so I'm not sure what triggered me to just go ahead and get it. It's like a quilted, segmented sections of little ice packs in a hat that you wear over your head, and so you freeze it. Obviously you keep it in the freezer, and then when you have a headache or a migraine, you just pull it over your head. And I don't know, like I get migraines, although like knock on wood, I haven't over the past year had them as bad as I had been, but you know, sometimes you want that like cooling, and you want it on certain parts of your head, and so if you can get it lined up just right with the little ice bubbles in the right spots where you want them, it is very nice. It's also like pressure, if you like having like something pressing on your head, that's nice if that's what you're into. Also the top of it is open, so you could like have your hair coming out the top if you want. So two things with that. First of all, like I said, I haven't really been getting headaches like I had been for the last several years, which is great, but I haven't really had opportunity to wear this thing. But number two, I realized when I did use it, when I got it, I just stuck it in the freezer and it picked up like food smells. So if I were to do this again, I would like enclose it in a plastic bag and then put it in the freezer so that it doesn't absorb any smells, because honestly right now that's kind of a deterrent for me thinking to use it. And I don't know if there's a way to get the smells out, like if I let it thaw, wash it off. I don't even know, I haven't even really tried. But so just keep that in mind, like if it is in the freezer with your food, it could potentially smell like food. Okay, this is another little crossbody bag, and when you see the link below, you're gonna think that I spelled the brand name wrong because it's Cotton Pose, but cotton is spelled with one T. I don't know. But basically it's like a little kind of canvasy, like fabric-y crossbody bag, sort of like a hippie kind of boho style. Again, I forget why I got this. It was not for work. I think I was looking for something large enough that I could put my camera in it, but still otherwise pretty small and compact, just to carry like the bare essentials plus my camera. But it's a little small. So what I've ended up using it for is like outdoor concerts or places like where I don't need to bring a ton of stuff, or you can't bring a large bag, because again it is relatively small. It does fit quite a lot. It has a lot of pockets, and actually I guess something that makes it different from a lot of other bags I have, it's almost sort of like cube shaped. Like it's a square bag and then it sort of extends out with its pockets. I'm not sure how best to explain it, but it is, so it's like kind of hippie style, and yeah, it's cute. I like it. I definitely do use it from time to time, but I don't think it's what I had originally intended to use it for. Okay, this is a programmable cat feeder. We actually had another cat feeder for years, and it finally just died. Like for a while it still was releasing food, but the screen wasn't displaying, and then I think it just stopped. So then the cats were sad for a little while. Now we don't use the feeder for like 100% of their feedings. I actually have it because our cats, just one cat in particular, just goes nuts at night and just literally tears the house apart until you give him a snack. And so I got the feeder originally because I was like, if he thinks the food's coming out of there and not from me, he'll leave me alone and he'll direct all his anger at the feeder, which worked great. And that original feeder we had was like pretty indestructible, because we actually tried another one, but of course, you know, they're able to pull the top off or whatever, so this one was pretty good. So I was really concerned about getting something that nobody was going to be able to break into, and luckily this one has been very secure. They really don't, you can't tip it, they can't take the top off, you need to like pinch and squeeze and pull to remove the top, so it's pretty secure as long as you have it all put together correctly. I also really like the programmable aspect of it, like just the interface, because the other one that I had was so confusing. I actually had to figure out how it worked and then kind of write out my own instruction manual, because like the book that it came with just didn't make sense. This one actually has the instructions on a sticker right on top of the machine, so like you're never gonna lose the instructions, and it makes sense how you go through them, so it's easy to set up and everything. My one complaint about this one is that the sizes, like the amounts of food that come out, even the very smallest amount of food is about 3 times larger than what I was feeding them out of the previous feeder. So it doesn't give as much flexibility for us in terms of just doing like little small snacks of food. But you know, besides that, I just do it fewer times. So besides that, it's very nice. I forgot to mention it also has like a stainless steel bowl. We try to switch them to like mostly stainless for their food and water bowls and stuff. So so that's really nice. So yeah, I mean, overall I like it. I just wish that it had smaller increments of food amounts. The Flower Jelly lipstick set I actually am wearing right now. I don't know if you can tell. I forget where I had seen this, but somewhere I saw this clear lipstick that had the flowers in the sticks, and I thought they were so cute, and this looked like the same one, so I got it. And it's that kind of clear lipstick that like once you put it on your lips, it like turns to the right shade of pink for you or whatever. So I really like those. I don't know if they're all different. I guess I had thought they were gonna all be different, and I think it's actually all the same material, just with a different colored flower in each one. So I don't know, maybe I was gonna give him as gifts. I don't even know, guys, it's been a year. So I don't know, but it is nice. Like I said, I'm wearing it right now. I use them. I would certainly give some away for gifts. But the only thing with this one is it has like a little bit of like a plasticky kind of smell to it, but it does, I mean, it works on your lips. It doesn't feel weird or like taste weird or anything. So they're cute if you're looking for something like that. Like this would be a cute, I don't know, if you're doing like gifts for a bunch of girls, or especially like a bunch of, you know, young girls, like kids or young teenagers who want to play with lipstick and makeup, but you don't want to give them like a real colored thing. This clear would be really cute. And again, it just kind of turns to like a nice shade of nude kind of pink on your lips, but it's not crazy at all. So that would be like a cute gift for a kid, I think. I definitely was influenced to buy this by some influencer, I forget where, but this is a like keyboard brush and cleaning kit. So I mostly use it just for the brush. It's a like couple inches wide, very soft bristled brush that you can use on your computer keyboard. Not so much on like this laptop because the keys are pretty flat, but at my desk I have a real clicky clacky keyboard, and stuff gets under those buttons, and this works so much more effectively than like the air canisters that you spray. It's super easy. The only thing is you're gonna end up pushing some buttons, so like do it while the computer's off, because otherwise you're gonna just like type a bunch of random stuff. But I really like the brush, but it's also really cool because you start taking apart the handle and it has all these other little cleaning tools in it. So you pull the handle apart and it has this little kind of fuzzy stick that you can use to like get in little crevices, and then like you pull that out and it goes down to like smaller and smaller pieces. There's like this little tiny metal pick thing. You can use it to clean like the charger port of your cell phone or any little holes or crevices. So it's a really cool little set, and it stays together nicely. And again, I don't know where on the internet I saw it, but I'm glad that I got influenced on that one. Now this is the Beaky makeup sponge set, which is definitely something else that I saw someone talk about online. They don't have the set that I had anymore. Mine are all turquoise colored, of course, but they have other sets in other colors, so I'll link to something else. They're basically Beauty Blender dupes. I don't think I've ever probably used an official Beauty Blender brand makeup sponge, but I've used many similar ones. I've used the Real Techniques and all of those, so I think it's pretty good texture. You know, you wet them and the whole deal. I'm doing this totally wrong because I do my makeup wrong, but I usually use it dry just to like apply a little bit of powder, but I have definitely also used it wet for like overall foundation, so it works both ways. I clean them. Also, one of them got into the hands or paws of one of my cats and is now his favorite plaything, but only that specific one. So that's his little toy. I call it his spongy, and he will play fetch with it. It's the only thing that he will fetch. Now this is one that I can't find on Amazon anymore, but there are similar ones, so I will put a link to something else. But this is the Clipsta brand hat clip, and I had it on my wish list for a long time, and I was like, this is crazy overpriced. I'm not gonna pay this much for a magnet, but I ended up getting it, and I love this thing. I use it like every time we go out anywhere in the summer. So it's like a little magnetic clip. You kind of run it through like the handle of your bag, and then these two magnets, really strong magnets, clip together. And so you just have this little like magnetic tab hanging off your bag. Then when you go out and you're wearing a big sun hat or any kind of hat with a brim, and you're tired of wearing the hat, you just clip it together and it just attaches to your bag. And again, the magnets are so strong, it's not blowing off of there, it's not falling off, and you can, you know, move it from bag to bag very easily. And so I am really glad that I got it. That said, the brand Clipsta does still exist, so if you want that particular brand, you can go to their website. They even still have like a storefront on Amazon. They just don't have any products there, and so I'm not sure why. But I did find another brand that I will link to, and there's some other similar ones. I just don't know about the quality of the magnets. Like, I can't vouch for that, so I don't want you to get one and be like, she said the magnets are really strong. If it's not this one, I can't vouch for it. But if you wear hats and you want to do something similar, I really like that. There's also other things you can get that are an actual like physical clip that will clamp onto your hat and hold it on the side of your bag, which I think is also a good idea. I just would be careful if it's going to be something that really like pinches hard, that it doesn't potentially damage your hat. The magnet's really nice because it's just like two soft magnets there, and everything's like coated in rubber, so it's just like two little rubbery things that kind of pinch your hat together. This is another one that was on my wish list for a while until I finally got around to buying it. This one, the brand is Hula Home, but it's a continuous spray bottle for water probably or whatever else. So if you have plants and you want to mist your plants, it's great for that. What I use it for is for my hair when I need to wet it and mist it. So it's part of the, you know, the whole wavy hair thing, to like mist and refresh your hair. But there's other times where I also like to re-wet it so I can restyle it. So it's really nice. Now I will say it's not truly a continuous spray, but it is a longer lasting spray than a traditional just trigger spray bottle, and it is definitely like more of an all over mist. Now I generally don't include in these recaps anything that I bought as a present for someone else, but this one I did buy as a present, but I also got myself one. So this is the Bare August Smooth Steps gift set, which is a set of a foot scrub, a foot file, and a foot butter. It doesn't look like, at least as of today, that they have this whole set anymore, but you can buy each of the 3 items separately, so I will link to those. I don't know how the recipient of the gift liked their products, but I will tell you, for me, the foot scrub, I'm not a humongous fan. I didn't like the smell, and also it's one of those scrubs with like little gritty pieces and they end up like sticking all over the floor of your shower, and so just like it was kind of a pain to clean up, so I don't love the scrub. The file is really cool. It's really, really nice. It's a glass file. It's sort of, I forget what they said the texture is, like shark skin maybe, I don't know, but it's really cool. It's not like a metal, you know, you've seen those like metal like foot cheese graters. It's not like that. It's not like a sander. It's just like a glass textured thing, so it won't actually like hurt your skin. I mean, if you like scrub it on your skin it might, but it's not gonna hurt your skin. But it really does do a very nice job of you know, just taking off all the dry, and then you know, since it's glass, you can just wash it in between uses, so it, you know, it stays clean and hygienic. And then the butter, I also really, really like. A little bit goes a very long way with this product. Really, like a tiny dab is plenty for your feet. It really truly is a buttery texture. It is very thick and greasy, which is what I like for my feet. So really just a dab on the bottoms of your feet and maybe like around your toes. Really keeps everything nice and soft. Do that and like pop some socks on for a little while until it all absorbs in is perfect. So I really like the file and the butter. I would definitely repurchase those. Although the butter, again, because you're just using like a tiniest little dab, I've used maybe a third of the container in, you know, over a year. This is a very boring one, but my mouse at my office desk died, so I got this like most basic bottom of the line Logitech mouse. I don't really have anything else to say about it, except, you know, it has 2 buttons and the scroll wheel, and it plugs in by USB. I just like with the headset, I like a corded mouse because I don't want to have to worry about, oh, did I charge my mouse, or am I not going to be able to mouse around on the computer? This is another one that I think I also was influenced by an influencer, and it also sat on my wish list for a while until I got around to purchasing it. This is from the brand BagSmart, which is a good brand for bags and travel accessories, and it's like a hanging toiletry bag, so you know, it all folds together into a little bag with a handle that you can carry, but then if you have a hook or somewhere to hang it up, it all unfolds and you can see all the pockets all together. I've only taken it, I think, on just one trip, and it was somewhere where I was in like 2 locations. That's why I was confused, because I definitely had it in 2 different hotel bathrooms, but I think it was like a multi-point trip. It's good, and especially if you're not flying and you can bring like larger things, I think it's a good bag. Love the color, of course. All the pockets are very nice. But if you are flying or otherwise just want to travel lighter, like this definitely is not encouraging light travel. It's big and it allows you to bring a lot of stuff and a lot of like full-size stuff if you want. What I really like is, kind of as a bonus, it came with this little square clear bag, and I take that a lot on trips. So I think I have it down now to where I just bring like that one and can put all my liquid things in it, and then I have another even smaller little clear bag that I can put all of my non-liquid toiletries in, and pretty much that's it for all my toiletry stuff. So it is a nice bag. I personally prefer to like travel a little lighter, and I feel like that takes up like a half a suitcase for me. This is so cool. It is a vertical planter. So I wanted something to grow some plants outside. I am definitely not a green thumb. I'm not a gardener. I don't like to spend a lot of time outside. But I just thought this would make it really easy because everything's sort of vertical and raised up so like the critters don't get it. And I've gotten tons of compliments on it. Anytime I share a picture of it or people come over and see it, they always ask where I got it. Here's where I got it. It's right off of Amazon. There's lots of other similar ones available as well. But yeah, I think it's just so cute. It's very easy to use. The little planters on each level lift out. So, you know, at the beginning of the season, I'll lay them out and fill them with, you know, drainage stones and soil and plant everything in them. And then I just, you know, one by one lift them into their respective places. And then when you water them, what I wish it would do is, you know, if you water at the top, they kind of can like drain into each other. They don't really line up like that, so don't expect that to happen, but it is very easy to just stand there and water everything just in one spot. So it's pretty cool. I like it, and I've grown a ton of stuff in it. I've definitely talked about this one before because I think I'm on about my fourth one of these. This is a silicone phone grip. So actually, let me grab my phone. So it's like a little rubber strap that goes on the back of your phone, sort of like a thick rubber band. It loops through your phone case, so you do need to use it in conjunction with a case, but then it allows you to, you know, slip some fingers through just for extra stability while you're scrolling or taking a picture or whatever. So I love this. I can't imagine not having it. I just like by default, just naturally my fingers slip into it when I'm using the phone, because this phone is just like a pinch too big for my hand to comfortably hold and be able to scroll. So this just gives me that little extra bit of support, and they come in all different lengths, so you know, look up what style of phone you have and it tells you which length you need in different colors. So I just do ones that, you know, match my case. Here's another product that I was definitely influenced to buy by an Instagram ad. These are like stretch twill shorts. I saw ads for these all over the place last summer, and I actually have seen a couple this summer, so I think they're still at it. But I ended up finding the exact same shorts on Amazon that were being advertised to me through some other site. So I ended up buying 2 pairs. So I got this says that they're blue, but they're really like a gray, maybe like a bluish gray, but I got that pair. They are lovely. I love them. They're stretchy, they're comfortable. They have like the top closes with a little metal, you know, like slider, I don't know what to call it, like a little slider latch thing. So they're really nice. They don't have like an extra bump from a button or anything on the front. I love them. They're great, good usable pockets, fantastic, fit great. The black pair, totally different material, different closure. I think they have a button, they fit different. Not a fan. So I would just say, like, I really like them, but be careful about which color you get. Maybe get a couple if you're like on the fence between a couple, and, you know, potentially return one if it's not as nice as another one, because they're just like wildly different between colors. But that said, I really do like the gray ones that I got. This is a set of patio furniture. We wanted a table to be able to eat outside, and I just couldn't find anything that I loved. I still don't 100% love this, but it's the right size, and I like that it was a square table and not a round table. It came with the 2 chairs. It comes with little cushions for the chairs, which we never put out because that was one of the things. Like, I didn't want chairs with cushions, but without the cushions, like, the seats are kind of a weird shape, so I don't know, probably you should use the cushions. That said, it's really lightweight, and I was very concerned that it might blow away in the high winds, and we have not had that problem at all. So, I mean, I think for the price and for what you get, like, it's pretty good. I've definitely talked about these shorts before from the brand HDE because I have them, well, I have them in black and gray, and I have them in a couple different sizes because I went through a whole like sizing journey with them, and then when you wash them, like they shrink down, and maybe you should have got the larger size. So anyway, I don't know what I was thinking, but I got this like bright blue pair as well, or I guess they're, I don't know, they call it ocean blue. It's like a light turquoise kind of color, because I do like having a fun colored pair of shorts. Like, it's not what was I thinking regarding the color, it's just what was I thinking, because like the sizing is so unreliable, and for that reason I don't really find myself reaching for many of them that much. So I will just say, if you find the size that works for you and you can keep them super clean and never have to wash them, they're great. Once you start getting into the game of washing and drying and reforming, they're just like never quite the same again. This is the Orbit front trigger wand, like hose wand, so like a hose sprayer. I had a similar one, and then that broke, and then I got another one like the year before and went to pull that out, I guess this past year, and it broke. So this is like our third or fourth one of these, but this is really nice because of the trigger sprayer. So the one I had before that had like this little small handle you had to raise up and down, which is very strange. So this one, you just pull a trigger like you do on a normal hose sprayer, and then it's long and it angles, and it has all different kind of spray patterns. So you know, I have hanging baskets, so that's why I want something that can kind of go up and angle down into the basket. So I'm pretty sure this is the one. Maybe I've bought another one since then. This one might have broken, and I have one more since this, but this was the first one of these that I got, and I do really like it. I love these sandals. I'm so excited to finally get to talk about them. These are the Skechers Women's Reggae Slim Simply Stretch Sport Sandal in black. They come in a couple other color patterns. I wish they came in more, because I would have probably 5 pairs, but I think there's one that's like mostly black with one little strap of gray, and then there's like different browns and, you know, beige and navy, but the black ones I got last summer. I was a little unsure about them, and I ended up wearing them basically the entire summer. They're, you know, nice enough that you could wear them like with a dress and like look a little more dressed up. They're definitely casual enough that you can wear them anywhere casual. The best part is, you know, they're not that they're waterproof, but you can wash them. You could throw them in the laundry if you wanted. I've only ever washed mine in the sink, but so like I'll wear them anywhere that's like dusty or sandy or whatever, because I know I can just wash them off afterward. And so, like I said, I've been wearing them. I wore them all summer last year. I've been wearing them all summer this year so far, and they're really, you know, they stay together, that they don't get stretched out. That was another thing I was worried about, because I had a while ago I had a pair of sandals that were like mostly an elastic band, and they kind of stretched as you walked and got stretched out, and it just wasn't good. These don't stretch out. They're so comfortable for walking around. They have that back strap across the heel, which I will always need from now on. But really, like, I could walk forever in those. They're really fantastic. I'd probably just get another pair right now just to make sure I always have some. These are the Gimme Beauty hair ties, and I talked about these before. I got a set before that was like a multicolored set, and then I had this one on my wish list for a while that was just all blonde tones, so I got this one. However, it says in the description that it is for like any type of hair, and that is not true, because the ones that I got before are for fine hair, and these ones are much thicker, like the actual tie is thicker, and they just did not stay in my hair as well. So I ended up getting a set of all blonde colors in the fine hair style. I think the fine hair ones are just like, they're a little thinner band, and I don't know if they're maybe a little bit smaller or tighter, but these thicker chunky ones just didn't really stay in my hair. That said, they're very nice hair bands, and you know, if I was gonna do something, maybe if I was like making my hair into like a bun or something where I like, it would have to wrap around more hair, like a bigger quantity of hair, it might stay in better. But I think because they're such nice hair bands in terms of like not really denting or damaging your hair, they, you know, they don't really have like the grip maybe that I need. So the fine hair ones are excellent, but these are the ones that they say are for all hair. They just weren't for my hair. And last but not least for this half of 2023 is the Tymo hair dryer. Another one that I'm pretty sure I got influenced about. It's not a dupe, but along the same lines as like the Dyson, or a lot of the newer hair dryers now are like these little smaller, more compact styles. Very quiet compared to a traditional hair dryer. The different attachments connect through magnets. I really like it. I definitely find that it dries my hair a lot faster, and again, like a lot more quietly. Now I'm like, how many hours of my life did I spend under a loud hair dryer? What did that do to my ears, you know? But yeah, it's definitely, especially if you're someone who's going to be around hair dryers a lot, maybe you do people's hair, or you do just spend a lot of time, you know, drying your own hair, definitely think about the noise level that you're subjecting your ears to all the time. So for that reason alone, I think it's probably worth it. But it definitely, you know, works really quickly. The attachments are nice, etc. My complaints about this one is just the layout of the buttons. It's really easy to accidentally press a button. So there's like a switch on the back to turn it on and off, and then on the front, like where your front fingers would go, is a button to change the fan speed, and I believe to change the temperature, like, you know, the hottest temperature, medium, or the cold. And I don't do it that often, but I do find that I can easily hit those buttons and, you know, change the fan speed unexpectedly. Also, all your settings like reset every time you plug it back in. So like, I don't store my hairdryer out and plugged in. I keep it under the counter and just pull it out when I need to use it. So every time you have to turn it on, then hit the buttons to switch the settings, then you can use it. So that's a little inconvenient, but it takes like half a second. So again, I think it's worth it. I really like it. If there was one that was like a little bit more convenient and addressed those two things, maybe I would switch, but no, I'm very happy with that hairdryer. So I hope you guys found that interesting, hearing my reflections on some of these items, you know, months to a year later. If you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up and let me know so I keep making these video reflections for you. Subscribe to my channel because I do similar stuff to this all the time, plus a lot of other cool stuff. And leave me a comment and let me know what you think about these items. Have you tried any of these? Do you have some other Amazon finds that I should try? Because I'm obviously highly influenceable. Let me know, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.